What's going on, YouTube? Just got this in the mail the other day. I haven't even plugged it in. I sure hope it works. Anyway, I have an Omni Pro. This is a multi-process machine with a wire, and it's kind of a pain to switch between the TIG and the MIG, and with the ground leads, and I think it reverses polarity too. But anyway, this is the ground. This is the ground cable that I had on the Vulcan, but I plan on just whenever I can only use one machine at a time because I only have one 220 in my shop. I just plan on just swapping this over since I've got the heavy duty end on it. This machine did come with a bunch of stuff. It come with this neat little T2T whatever button. So supposedly with this, instead of using the pedal, you put this on instead of 2T, you put this on 4T, and then you can do a upslope starting current, welding current, which would be like, it should display here, downslope and in current, and then of course your pre-flow, post-flow, which I'll probably do the standard like 1 second on the pre-flow. I think that's what I used to do. Now this Vulcan that I have, it will only do DC, which is fine for, I guess, stainless steel or anything, but aluminum, I just wanted something that could do aluminum, so I figured I might as well just get a dedicated AC/DC machine and just do any TIG welding with this, and just leave this for MIG, or I could do stick welding, but I might as well just do stick welding with this. I'm pretty sure I just pull this out and just stick weld with this, and TIG weld with this, and then just do MIG welding. Most welding I do is MIG welding, of course. And then of course I've got the big Vulcan cart. I'm glad I got it. It was ridiculously, it seemed like it was expensive at the time, but I mean, it's got so much space in it. You know, it's got all these. It's big. I want to say it'll hold 3 welders, or I guess it's ideal for 2 welders and a plasma cutter. And it holds 2 bottles. So I've got a bottle of argon and a bottle of CO2 argon mix. And then of course I have 2 different gauges. I've got on the argon one, I've got the float ball, which I kind of like that. This is actually a little bit easier to adjust because it more or less, when you turn it on, it just goes to right what you want, and you can just dial in a little more flow or a little less flow. You see how it holds up. You'll have to delete some off to get it to read correctly. And then of course this has just room to hold everything, but I have never welded aluminum before, so I'm gonna give it a try. I'm not sure how well it's gonna work. I also ordered some lanthanated electrodes, and I want to say these are I thought they were all going to be 3/32 seconds, but they're half 16ths and half 3/32 seconds, and I'll have to grind them. But supposedly this stuff, you can grind it and it doesn't have any radioactive stuff in it. And I was buying all, not lanthanated, but the, whatever the red ones are, thorinated. The thorinated, these are all thorinated. The ones that I had pre-ground, I think that's 1/8 of an inch here. But I keep all my consumables in here. And I kind of got stuck on using these clear ones. Were nice when I was practicing before, but we'll see how it goes. So I had an aluminum awning put up a while back, and this is some of the sort of tubing that came with it, and I just kept it. Of course, it's painted. I'm going to have to dry it off and clean it, and I plan on cleaning it with either alcohol or acetone. And this is just some scrapyard find that I had. A little practice welding on it. This is actually a go-kart catch can, and you can see where I tried to weld on it before with the DC. Did not work so good. Initially, I was planning on trying to do DC welding, but I bought a helium tank, and then blending, a small percentage of helium. They say just enough helium to float the ball on one, and then argon, and that will give you enough penetration. I think it's called HeliArc. You can actually weld thick aluminum, like very thick aluminum, probably 1/2 inch or thicker, with a DC and helium will give you your penetration. But I'm pretty much always been a MIG welder, stick welder, anyway, mostly MIG welder. So I've got this nasty piece of aluminum. I'm going to try to TIG weld up this hole, which this was an oil catch can, and I remember the last time I welded on this, you should never really weld on a Pressel vessel, but I washed that with water since then. I'm going to have a dedicated brush for only aluminum. You really don't want to have contaminants in your weld. So we'll see how this goes. Got some 99% isopropyl alcohol. Try to clean that off. See if I can actually strike an arc and run some beads on it. We'll see. This is it's a little bit of work that I was doing. Not the sweetest looking welds. Not the worst. It was strong enough. This is a 3/8 inch steel plate that I found on Facebook Marketplace. And these brackets here were the packaging for a 4-post lift that I got a while back. I'll try to do a video on that eventually. I just gave it a few extra welds to tidy it up, and then I threaded some unistrut in the bottom so I could make adjustments from each corner, and I left a little tab that way I could adjust them easily so that it wouldn't wobble. Just put 4 casters. I probably should put a little bit better casters or locking casters. These don't lock, but figured it'd be good enough, and I just basically laid some boards in to give myself a little bit of extra shielding. But I'll be able to ground to this and do all my welding off this. Anyway, all that welding was done with the Vulcan 220, which that'll be my dedicated MIG welding. On a side note, I guess I'll ground directly to my piece here. Probably a bit smarter to do. If you like my TIG holder jack stand. Anyway, let's get this set up. Make a noise. It's sparking. Man, what kind of luck do I got with this thing? Sparking inside the machine. This is 32 times speed, just trying to get through this, and the sound, the buzzing is kind of annoying anyway. That was probably my best weld right there. That was on pulse. I want to say it was about 150 amps, but I don't think I was using all the pedal.
Too hot.
Not much of a stack of dimes. Not the worst for my first time ever welding on a machine. But it's welding at 100 amps, of course I was using pedal. AC frequency, who knows? I think it should be about 120. That's what it should be. AC balance, looks like I'm about 35, 40 maybe. Seemed like if I run the balance down lower, it would seem too weak. And of course no pulse. It did weld the best dimes, looking dimes, because of course I'm using the pedals. Anyway, until next time. If y'all wouldn't mind leaving a like for the YouTube algorithm, at least for the entertainment, I'm sure it wasn't very educational. Thanks.